Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to your 60-second wisdom. I hope you're doing great wherever you are. I'm just heading in the gym, but before I do, I want to tell you a little bit about a conversation that I've just had with a lady, and it's regarding issues in the workplace. Now, many people will go into the workplace believing that they go in there to be a cog in the machine, to keep the irons, burning, and to keep the fire stoked. And you go in there to make a living, and you go in there to help build a company. But what you're not going there for is to be abused and to be verbally assaulted and made to feel like you're worthless and meaningless. And the first thing that I want to say to you guys is if you are going through this, it is never right and it's never ever acceptable for anybody to treat anybody like that, especially in the workplace. And yet, so many employers seem to do that. That's why within the next 5 years, we are trying to put an intern program together for teens that are leaving high school so they can come, they can get some work experience under them, they can actually learn what it's like to work in, in a busy environment and where they're not going to be shouted and bawled at. Plus, they're going to get to learn life skills as well, and in return, they get to work with us, and they get to help us build our, empire and everything that's there that ultimately helps other people. But I digress. But if you are going through this, folks, I want you to remember one thing: nobody can make you feel anything unless you let them. That's the first thing. And it's all about being emotionally intelligent, looking at things from the other person's perspective. Are they just an a-hole, or is there something a little bit more going on? Remember, when you understand somebody and something, you take away that person's power, you take away that person's ability to be able to hurt you. It's all in the understanding. You don't need to be physically, you don't need to be big and tough and strong and whatnot. You don't need to engage anybody physically. But when you can understand them, and you can understand that the way that they're behaving is a direct correlation of maybe some of the things that are going on at home or elsewhere, or maybe they've just never learned actually how to be a good manager. They've never learned how to be a good boss. I offer a lot of training on this subject because I've worked with people in this situation, and I've worked for people that were of this mindset, so I understand it very well. That's the first thing. But the second thing is this: if you sit there day after day and you're saying to yourself, I don't want to go to work, I hate going there, I don't feel I'm appreciated, and you've explored all possible options, then what I want you to do is this: you're going to make a decision between whether you're willing to stay there for the money and to be verbally abused, or whether or not you're willing to say, you know what, I think it's now time to move on elsewhere. This is not the kind of life that I want for myself, and it's not the kind of life I want for somebody else. And when you can stand up and actually say, you know what, I'm willing to say goodbye to this organization, you've got a lot of power. It's going to be a time of transition for sure, and it might be a little bit scary. But when you can go through it and you can come out the other side, you're going to be a much stronger person. So all these things are worth considering for sure. And I hope that really helps you guys today, because I know harassment and bullying in the workplace is a real big issue, folks. I've experienced it myself, and before I learned a lot of this stuff, I went through several mental breakdowns because of it. And it took me a long time to really get over a lot of that stuff. So I don't ideally want you guys to go through the same thing for sure. But I hope you guys have a phenomenal week and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And come and visit us at thebattlesweallface.com/personal development coaching. Easy for me to say. We will get a shorter title, I'm sure, where you guys can get coaching, you can get group coaching. There's lots of stuff available. If you haven't checked out the brand new Anxiety Kicker course, it is up on the Mind, Body and Soul page now. You can check it out. Special offer now on because you guys are in the group. And if you're struggling with anxiety and you're battling a lot of things, this is the course for you. It's one that we've put together. And I think you're going to absolutely love it. It's really going to help you understand what anxiety is. And again, once you can understand it, it means that you can hopefully overcome it. And that is the aim and that is the goal. Have an amazing day, guys. Take care. God bless.